Have you ever been in another band besides the one that you're in right now?
Yes, I was in a band called Burgundy. Kind of interesting name, Burgundy. When I was in college, and we did a little touring over the summer, and it was great. I was the background keyboard player and a background vocalist.
Where did you guys like tour to? Like just around the tri-state or around the U.S.?
Yeah, around the Midwest, we did like Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and then I think we got as far north as like Wisconsin, and so we did some of those states.
What were crowds like for that?
We were in college, we were starting, so it wasn't huge. A lot of them were associated with like youth camps, stuff like that. So yeah, it was a good experience. It wasn't like a mega arena tour or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of things were you into when you were a kid?
What kind of things was I into? I tried to play basketball, but I was horrible. Playing the piano quite a bit. And I had to be fairly imaginative, being that I was an only child. So it took me pretty far for the imagination thing. So piano, trying basketball. That's about it.
Were any of your friends growing up into the same kind of things you were, or did they
Yeah, it was cool. Like the first time that I found some friends who connected with me on the same level musically, like who had the same interests, it was like something clicked. It was so cool. Like Randy, who I've known since 5th or 6th grade, when I found out he loved music, immediately there was this connection. And we used to run in circles with Randy, myself, and Trisha Brock, who's the lead singer for Super Chick.
Really?
Yes, she went to school with Randy and I.
That's really
And then Randy's wife Kim, they weren't married back then. They're married now. We used to do music together, which is kind of cool, like junior high, high school kind of thing. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great question. This is serious.
What was high school like for you?
What was high school like? Man, I was and still am a complete nerd, like total nerd. But freshman, sophomore year, man, I had the round glasses, the buck teeth, huge space in here. I had a horrible time trying to fit in. But music was a great opportunity for me to connect with people and to kind of come into my own. And then I started getting more comfortable in my own skin when I hit like my junior and senior year in high school. And I realized, you know what? Acting's cool, music's cool. I don't need to be a jock. You know, by the time my braces came off and I got my contacts, and it was in my senior year, I was homecoming king. You know, it was like the first homecoming king who was not athletic. And that was like, sweet, you know?
Did you take any, did you take band or a music class or a drama class while you were in high school?
Yes, I was big into drama, loved drama, and then we had, we didn't have marching band. We had, because I went to a very private, a very small private Christian school, we had a worship team. So that was kind of my original foray into leading worship for, kids and adults. So.
Were you were you in any of the plays or anything, or musicals or something?
Totally, and there's some horrible, incriminating footage somewhere online with me acting. So, yeah.
Okay. My friend Mel wants to know, why is your name so cool?
That's a great question. I don't know. You have to ask my folks. It's interesting, if you put my middle name in there, everything gets crazy. It's Brent Alistair Reed. Isn't that crazy?
It's a unique name.
It's unique. I like it. But
yeah, I know this girl, she's a really good friend of mine, and her middle name is Baha'u'ddin, and that actually means Aladdin, and it's really cool.
That's cool. That's different. Can you say that again?
Baha'u'ddin.
Baha'u'ddin. Baha'u'ddin. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. If you can invent something new and random, what would you invent?
Oh, gosh.
Something that hasn't been invented, something that you would find useful.
First thing that pops in my mind, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I like the movies. That invisibility cloak thing, I like that idea. Mainly because I want to hear what people are saying behind my back. So if I could invent that and use that, that'd be cool.
Okay, with Brent Reed Band, have you ever played any shows out of the tri-state yet?
Oh, with this new invention of the new musicians and the new album, we're just getting started with that. But even though the album hasn't been released, which is crazy, album hasn't been released, we've already done some great openers. We opened for a band called Gunger. We opened for Cutlass already, and we're in talks with Ichthus to be able to play with Ichthus. So, and then actually, we did go down to Nashville. We played a showcase in Nashville. So
who'd you play with?
down in Nashville?
Yeah.
It was a kind of a situation where there were just a few influential industry people out in the audience. So I don't even know who else was playing that day. We just got 3 songs, but yeah, it's kind of in the initial stages of getting rolling, and we've got some stuff on the books in the future. So.
Yeah. Okay. What is one thing that you cannot live without?
Can't live without.
Besides anything musical, something else.
How about this? Besides anything musical or spiritual, it's really hard for me to live without ginger ale green tea. You love it too. Ginger ale green tea by Canada Dry. It's like my favorite beverage on the planet. I want to get a sponsorship. I want to get a band sponsorship with ginger ale green tea. Yes.
Okay. Ninjas or pirates, and why?
Ninjas or pirates?
Yeah, and why?
Ninjas. Yes, ninjas. And why? Well, a couple reasons. Because of the mask. You get to wear the mask.
Yeah, he was wearing one yesterday all throughout the house.
Yeah. All about the ninjas because of the mask. Plus, it's martial arts. Come on. You get to jump around. You get to do flips and stuff. I wish I could do that.
If you could create your own ninja name, what would you call yourself?
Gosh, you have some crazy questions. Dark Shadow. Totally Dark Shadow.
Why?
Why not?
Okay, if you could be locked in a store for 1 week, and what would you do in that week? And it can't be a grocery store because it's food. So.
Oh gosh, what kind of store are we talking? We're talking
any kind of other store besides the grocery store, because that's just cheating if you say for food.
I would say I would prefer to be locked into Guitar Center. Totally. I would gnaw on a guitar strings to get as much protein and nutrients as I could. But think of how much songwriting I could get done in that week. Concentrated effort, and I could learn to play the drums. I've always wanted to learn to play the drums.
So did I.
So, if I've got a solid week cooped up in Guitar Center, yeah.
If you could listen to one song for the rest of your life, only one song, what would it be?
Man. Right now, I still am pretty much into Mew Math quite a bit. And they've got a song called You Are Mine, which is not overtly Christian, but deeply spiritual and mellow enough that it wouldn't drive you nuts after listening to it, all the time. So that one, yeah, I'd go with that one.
Okay, besides that song, what is one song that isn't yours that makes you really happy? You turn up the volume and you scream these lyrics out.
Oh, God. Oh, man. There's a Johnny Lang song. Do you know who Johnny Lang is?
I've heard of him, but I never really.
Okay, I can't play that style of music because it's really aggressive, bluesy rock, and he's a solid guitar player. But he's got Turn Around, a song on his album called Turn Around, and I don't remember the name of it, but when I hear it, I crank it up. It's solid. He's good.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I got.
That's a lot of questions.
I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
I hope that a lot of people, I hope you guys really check out Brent because he's a really great artist.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking time out. And you do Match the Couch, which is so cool. You planned that, didn't you?
I did.
BrentReedMusic.com. Get your free EP. It's going to be great.